Before I end the channel, I figured you guys should probably meet who was running the channel. My name is Chaze. Well, that's my username. It's not what I go by in real life. And I've had the plan of ending See the Gunner on September 30th. I had that idea back in May, and I had come up with a plan where this would be one of the last videos on the channel, this vlog, and it would be uploaded as a Loud Negro video. And well, the Nutshack happened, and I figured the Nutshack was probably a little bit more fitting now that that's probably the biggest meme that's come out of this channel. But yeah, I'm at a loss for words because it's just I'm not a very good speaker, and I've never really made a vlog or anything, but I figured I should probably make a little video or something saying thanks guys, and I can't believe we have 66,000 subscribers. It's so many. I didn't expect that at all when I made the original channel. The original channel was made on January 9th, and I know like a bunch of places like Know Your Meme, and I think the TV Tropes also does, that says that it was created February 9th, but that's not true. It was January 9th. And I came up with the idea, it's really stupid. I came up with the idea when I remembered really like 8 years ago or so, when Lil Karibo was getting imposter channels created with like, and the people that upload the episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh! The Abridged series would be like, it would be like completely not the real video, and they were all like shitty, and like everyone got so upset. But then I had the idea of, what if I did that, but like actually put effort into the videos, so even if it's not the thing that you expected, it was something good. And I thought that was a good idea, and maybe people would like it. And so I had a Pokemon song that I had made a few days prior. I think I made that around on January 2nd. And like, what if I just uploaded this as the Pokemon Ruby battle music on YouTube and pretended like it was real? And I thought it was a pretty clever idea. There was a few people, when I was in a SoundCloud server on Discord, and there was a few people that were like, this is a stupid idea, but there was other people that were like, oh, this is really cool, can I send you a song? And MTH was the first one to send me a song. He sent the Route 110 Undertale song, and I made a video for that. It didn't turn out very well because I'm stuck at video editing, as you're probably going to see in this video, but he sent me that, and I made the video, and I uploaded it, and that was the second rip on the channel. And then I had made a Gerudo Valley song that was similar to the Pokemon one, where I replaced the melody, and I'm not sure if that was really a thing at the time. I for the Pokemon one, I was inspired by Toon Link. He made a Super Mario Sunshine Secret Course Megalovania thing, and it was cool because it changed the melody of the song, and it wasn't exactly a mashup, but it was like a kind of a hybrid between a remix and a mashup, and I was like, this is really cool. And I went with the Flintstones theme because in the Discord server that I was in, like You know, remember we would always use that DJ Fruit Snacks rant where he says something about about um, how he made Granddad a meme. He was pretty right. In our Discord server, we would always make like Flintstones songs that were that we put really a lot of effort into, just because whenever we would listen to one on SoundCloud, most of them were pretty bad. So we would do that as like a sort of, well, I hate to use the word, but like an ironic way. And I don't know, I thought it was funny that the Pokemon song that I chose just turned the Flintstones theme like halfway through. I'm like, what if I could, and then the channel happened, and then I did the Gerudo Valley thing, which was actually a request from someone. And I really liked that one, and that one turned out really well. And then I think Sir Spacebar was the one who sent me the first Snow Halation rip, actually. Most people think it was Triple Q, but it was actually Sir Spacebar, and he did the Hopes and Dreams Snow Halation song, and that one was really good. And it was like the 4th upload on the channel. And then suddenly more people in the server wanted in on the channel, and soon we had quite a few videos on there. And then people like Cobramani and Temi started finding the channel and started sharing it on Twitter and stuff. And just, it was, by this time it was around the near end of February, and we'd suddenly gotten a little bit of a following. We had like 800 subscribers, and it was crazy. And then on February 29th, we hit 1,000 subscribers. And then later that same day, we hit 3,000 subscribers. And then it was insane. We hit 10,000 subscribers in like a week. It was so cool. And around on February 29th, that was the day that we hit 1,000 and then 3,000. It was our real blowout day. I only had one other manager, and that was MPH. He's been there since about the beginning, and we've been uploading a lot of rips together. And he's easily one of the most talented people in the entire team. And then after we had more people just sending us songs, it was hard for us to even keep track of them anymore. So I decided to add 2 more managers, and I added Triple Q, who had just recently joined the team and submitted his first rip. It was a Cory in the House Snow Halation rip. And NBG Music, who had made a SpongeBob Disco Star Skrillex mashup, and that was really good. And so I added them to the manager team, and for a little while it was just us 4 uploading videos. And then I added Zavari, and just as a manager, and we were just having so many rips, and people were complaining about us flooding our sub box, but we had so many that we had no idea what to do with them. We had days worth just backlog, and we were uploading, like, at first we were like, let's just do them in waves. Let's take like a 4-hour break after that, and then just upload like 5 or 6, and then just take another break. And then we decided, let's just start scheduling them. And even that was a lot, because 1 an hour, YouTubers don't upload like original content 1 video an hour. That's just like, it's not a thing that happens. And a lot of people were having a hard time adjusting to that, and I'm fairly certain that's the reason why we don't have a ton of subscribers, because even though I'm pretty sure we're well known on the internet, like not like super well known, but like semi well known, we don't have a lot of subscribers because we upload every hour, and it's just, people don't want that in their sub box, just ruining their videos. And so we decided to just bite the bullet and upload one an hour. And I feel like that's a good middle ground. Sometimes we would, if we had a huge backlog, we would do one every half hour. And a lot of times the managers themselves would upload their own rips on the half hours. So it wouldn't mess up with the schedule and we wouldn't have to reschedule videos. But yeah, when the channel got taken down on, I think it was April 5th, I was in a panic because I had no idea what to do. Like, I didn't know if I'd be able to fight YouTube because I just couldn't think of what to do. I wanted the real Gilva Center's opinion on, like, if he thought the channel should stay up or what, and he did, but I wasn't able to get like written proof or anything, so I wasn't able to go on that route, and I didn't want to fight impersonation because it was clearly impersonation. So we were like, okay, let's just make a new account. And I forgot who came up with the Siva Gunner name, but I know Tyanik made the channel itself like a month prior, so that was pretty lucky on our part. And we were able to, like, the Phantom Rips album actually started off as just like, we're gonna do a Sins of the Father rip to come back on, and it's gonna be really cool. And then it just was like, okay, let's just come back with a few Metal Gear rips, and then let's do a whole album of Metal Gear rips. And that turned out really well. That's one of my favorite albums that we released. And there's a lot of albums that we made. We made a ton of albums, especially like this last week. We were having people say stuff like, "Oh, just hold off on the album for a little bit, please." And like, there's nothing we can really do. But overall, I've had a lot of fun with this channel, and it's been an amazing experience, and I've met so many people through this channel. It's crazy. I've met actual composers. I've met people I couldn't even dream of meeting. Just overall, like, some of the nicest people I've ever met in my life, just through this silly YouTube channel where we put video game music, or we take video game music and we put the Flintstones theme in. And I've got a lot to talk about, but I don't want to keep up too much more time. I've been doing this for 13 minutes. Okay, I would like to thank a lot of the managers on the channel, the upload staff, and I want to thank everyone on the team, but we have over like 200 rippers, and reading their names off one by one would take way too long. So I'm going to thank them all in a collective group right now, and thank you, rippers, for ripping the music for us, because without you guys we wouldn't have much content. Oh, we would have a ton of content, but that's not the point. But you guys really helped us get through these 8 months really, really well. And I'm gonna start thanking the uploaders now. For the managers, I'm gonna start with MTH, because as I said earlier, he's been there since the beginning, and he's stuck by me. And even though every once in a while we'll argue on a point or something, we always come to a conclusion. We're always still good. Like we never like actually like hate each other, and I'm really happy that MTH just loves the channel as much as I do, and really enjoys ripping and hanging out with us on Discord. The next person I'd like to thank, I'm just gonna go in order from when I added them, because, or I'm probably gonna get mixed up near the end because there's like 25 of us or something. We have a lot. Ooh, sorry guys. I'm gonna thank NBG Music next, and he's done a lot for the channel. He not only did he make some of the weirdest, or not the weirdest, the like best bootleg rips, like that first Yell Dead Cell rip that he turned into Flintstones. I was blown away. I was like, that game isn't sequenced. What are you doing? But it was, he did it completely with samples, and it was incredible. I was so surprised. It was awesome. And just a lot, he did all the Payday rips, and he did the Mr. Rental videos. And actually, he's going to be uploading some unused Mr. Rental videos that he's going to make after the channel. So check out MVG videos later on, because he's going to be posting some Mr. Rental videos that we couldn't get out in time. Or he's going to try to. I don't know if he's actually going to, but we've talked about it. Okay, now for the big elephant in the room. Triple Q. He's no longer on the team, but I still would really like to thank him for all of the uploading he did and all of the rips that he made, because he made some really great rips, and he was always hardworking, and he was always nice to everyone, and he was always neutral on any issues that we had, and he could see both sides of it, and he was just a really great manager, and I'd like to thank him for his service with us. And yeah, next I would like to talk about Zavari, who he made the breakout hit Slider, and Slider is a great one, and I'm kind of sad that the channel doesn't, the Slider on this channel doesn't have as many views as the one on the original channel, because it really is a good rip, and it really deserves all those views. And Zavari did a lot of uploading for us near the beginning, and he was a lifesaver, because I added him when school was getting kind of hard for me, so he was able to upload while I was able to study a little more, and it was great. I'm going to talk about the other former backroom member now, Tuiz, who was on the team for quite a while. He left around the time Triple Q left. I think it was a little later, because we hadn't started the reboot yet, but it was after we had come back from the 1 week break, and he was a trooper. He'd upload so many videos at once with NBG. Like, they would partner up and they would just upload videos, like just take a night and like schedule like a few days in advance. It was incredible. And they were a really good team, and he was a great backroom member, and I'd like to thank him, even though he didn't stay around till the end. He still made reps, but he just wasn't in the manager team. Oh, if I keep saying back room, that's what we call the manager team, because we make all the decisions for the channel and just everything, and we're kind of like the back room, like the hidden back room, and I don't know, I think it's kind of cool. Let's see here. I think the next one I added was Zarlable, and he's a person in the YTPMV community, and he makes some crazy stuff with samples, like I can't think of that one. It's the second song on Volume 1, and it was a really big meme fest. It's like 6 minutes long. It's great. That one, he made that, and he made a lot of really crazy things. And he uses Vegas, which is even crazier to me, because like he's really talented, and yeah, he'd upload quite a bit too. Like I know in the summer he wasn't around much, but then whenever he came, he'd upload like 4 days in advance, and he was like, okay, bye guys. It was pretty funny. But and he was one of the people that headed the ARG when we did it, and him and someone else to talk about in a little bit masterminded it. And surprisingly, actually, the one that we did on Father's Day, we actually had planned to do nothing, and this was before the reboot, that we had planned to do nothing for Father's Day, like just like no uploads, and people would be like, oh, what are you doing? We were expecting some huge thing, but you just don't upload anything. And that's what we were gonna do. But around near the end of Father's Day, like it was probably around like 3 o'clock, we were like, why don't we just like make an ARG type thing? And we just had a lot of fun planning like little things. And actually, if you look back at that ARG, we hit some things in like I think it's the MySpace page. If you check the birth date, it's the birth date of the Flintstones, and most people just shrugged it off as that at the time, but at the time we'd already planned when our end of date was going to be, so that was kind of a hint to the future of the channel at that point. And I think we also made a reference to that in the Granddad hack we made. And yeah, I'm getting off topic, I'm sorry. The next person I'm going to thank is -0, and he is great with Namco instruments and just all around great at just making really clean sounding riffs, and even just music in general. Like, he's a really good composer, and he'd upload quite a bit too, even if we weren't feeling uploading, he'd upload, and he did a lot. And I really appreciated having him on the team. And yeah, I think and he's a really good guy, so and then I added this next backroom member the day we got taken down, and actually I added him before we got taken down, so it was kind of a coincidence that even happened. His name's Turtle, and he's made quite a few rips. He made the Pokemon Coliseum meme fest for right before Volume 1 hit. He also made the trailer for the Volume 2 album, the one that we did with the to make it look like one of those really bad tutorial videos from 2007 with the mashup of all the YouTube songs from that era. And that was really cool. I was really impressed with how that turned out, because it really looked like one of those videos. and all of his riffs are always good to listen to. And he could play guitar, so whenever we needed a guitar thing, we'd always go, "Hey Turtle, can you make something for us?" And he would. And so he was a nice backroom member. Now I'm getting a little hazy with when I added who. Tyanek was next, and he made some of the really crazy time signature slams. Like he did the one on Phantom Rips with Way to Fall, and that's in 3/4, and I was really impressed with how that turned out. And yeah, he was the one that ended up making the second channel for us like a month in advance, so he was a lifesaver on that. So I'd like to thank him for all the stuff that he did. Next, let's see here. I'm trying to think of who I added next. Looking down my list. Think it might have been. I honestly don't remember who I added next, but I guess I'll just start going down the list now. Nate Mango, I'm almost positive he was next, but I could be completely wrong. He actually, before we started this channel, he was making all of his mashups in Audacity, which is crazy because Audacity is pretty limiting, but he was able to make some crazy stuff with Audacity, and I was really impressed with that. And then he switched to FL Studio when we did the channel, and he made some even crazier stuff with that. Like he did the Lake Trio mega mashup, or it wasn't really a mashup. It was a melody swap, and he did he did the Super Mario 64 arrangements where they started like the Stevie Wonder one and the Justin Timberlake one and the September one. All those were him, and he's really good at arranging stuff. And he was a good backroom member. It's really hard. I think the next one was Uncle Phil. I think he was the next one, but I could be wrong. I'm probably wrong actually, but he's pretty quiet, but he'd make some stuff, like some crazy stuff. Like I remember when TJ Henry Yoshi requested a Fire Album rip, and he ended up doing the what's that one song? It's the one in Fire Emblem when you recruit a member, and it's that one it's the same song that they use in Melee and stuff. He took that song, but then he put the Super Mario 64 level select theme in because of TJ, and that was really funny. And I always like hearing his rips because I always know that whenever I hear one of his, that's really high quality. Seriously, this channel is ruining the word high quality, or the phrase high quality, I'm not gonna lie. Then I think I added, it's really hard. I think this was when I added Evelyn's. And Abel's a really nice guy, and he did all of the Soulja Boy rips, the one with the steel drums and stuff, and he also did the Spiral Mountain one that's really popular. And he's a really nice guy, and his Soulja Boys are always interesting to listen to because I didn't know that you could even make mashups with Crank Dat using different samples, and what he pulls out sometimes is really impressive. Like my personal favorite Soulja Boy one he did was the Soldier Game one. That one's really good. And holy crap, 30 minutes. Okay. The next backroom member, I think was Princess Silva Sprite. Or Sprit, I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce her name. She made all the Toho rips, and the hers are always great because she always ended up recreating the songs using a synthesizer, and like just Toho doesn't use a sound file, guys. So just that always bugs us whenever we see Toho sound file. But hers are always really impressive. Like she caught me off guard one time when she made the Gangnam Style Toho rip, and I wasn't expecting it at all, but it was really funny when that happened, and I really liked that. And then I think was when I added 2 backroom members, Lee Bruisebird and McBedtime. And I'll start with Ruse first. Yeah, I ended up, after the Puzzle Room incident, I ended up removing him from the back room for a short time, and like I think it was just a few days after it happened, he apologized and he was like, "I promise it won't happen again." I thought that would have been suitable for the channel, but it turns out I was wrong, and I promise that won't ever happen again. And I believed him, so I gave him a second chance, and he ended up being a really good ripper, and he makes some great reps while also being funny attitude. He's one of the funnier ones because I always laugh at his like the Bernie Sanders Undertale one. That one always catches me off guard. It's so funny. But yeah, and McBedtime's the other one, and he's really good at sticking to, or like being an early adopter to a meme, because he didn't make the first, but he made one of the first Nutshack songs, and he also did one of the first I Play Pokemon Go songs, and both those are some of my favorite memes, and I really liked those. And it was funny because at first both those songs were really hated, and then near the end of the channel, all of them were starting to get like a lot of likes. So it was pretty funny seeing the evolution of those two. And yeah. Okay, next I will go with Willie Weasel. I don't know if he was the next one, but I figured I should probably mention him at some point. Willie is the guy who makes all of the he makes the AMVs, like the Donald Trump one and the Sign Zoomy one, and he also does all of the offbeat Space Jam ones, and with the filters, and those are always funny to me. I don't know why, but he's great, and he's a really funny guy, and just I don't know. Next, I will talk about Toon Link, who actually, as I mentioned earlier, he did the Megalovania secret course thing that isn't actually on the channel, and he's done a lot of crazy rips. He did the he did the Splatoon one with the squid singing the Flintstones theme, and then he ended up doing the one where they sang "I Play Pokemon Go." Also, he also does a lot of cool things with the Ocarina of Time sound font, and he's just really talented, and he's also really young too. So for the fact that he's that talented when he's so young, I have high hopes for him in his career. Let's see here. I have a lot of backroom members. I'll talk about Matsu next. When he joined the group, he actually had submitted a few reps before, and I remember the first one that we had let through was the Batman Batty Twist one, and that went on our Mother album the day he sent it to us, or like it was around then, and he wasn't even on the team yet officially, and then we ended up adding him, like I think it was actually like a few months later, and he just turned out to be really good at rips and stuff, so we added him to the backroom team, and he turned out to upload quite a bit, and he also made a bunch of really solid rips, and he remastered some of his old rips. So if you listen to the new Batty Twist versus the old one that's on the album, you can really see how much his skills improved. And next I'll talk about Cave Neon. He is a lifesaver because he uploads when like either no one's around, or like all of us are like too lazy to upload. Like he'll just be like, okay, I'm gonna upload now, and like he was like insane with his uploads, because I think he uploaded almost like 700 of our videos, and we had added them in like July. So the fact that he'd upload that many in such a short period of time is really crazy to me. And he also made rips too, like the end of that new Stag Street album that came out today. He did the guitar on that. He also did the guitar on the shanty, and he and Turtle actually did the comment simulator that came out today. He also did he also did the JoJo trailer, and he also did some other videos too. But yeah, I'd really like to thank him for all of his efforts. Next, I'll talk about Pinky Oats. Pinky Oats is crazy at video editing. He did the Etika videos, and he did the Phantom Rip Subsistence trailer, and he also did all the Bob Dylan songs, and we just released an album of Bob Dylan songs recently to make up for the fact that he was barely on the channel near the end. So and he also did some melody swaps too. He did a few on the Kirby album that you should probably check out, because those are really good. But yeah, I'd like to thank him for his help too. Next, I'll talk about Detective Agent, who was in our who was a backroom member, but he couldn't upload because his internet was slow. He made some pretty good rips at the beginning too, and he got better. And I don't know if he's made many rips since like near the beginning, but he's helped us out a lot with art and stuff, and I really appreciate having him around. Matrix Mario X was one of them I added later on in the channel, but he was crazy talented. I actually had added him to the back room like a week after he had joined the team because like I knew he had the skill level and everything to keep up with that. And I really appreciate what he's done for the channel because he's all the rips that he's made are really solid, and like he's got it for his for the Bamani songs. He had to like recreate all of them from scratch using different samples, and like I couldn't even imagine going through all those files and recreating the song. So like I got to give him major props. Let's see here. I'll talk about Sir Spacebar next. Sir Spacebar is even younger than Toon Link, and he's as talented as Toon Link, maybe even more. And just the fact that he can arrange songs in such a crazy amount of time, and just he did all of the Pokemon Black and White beta mixes that were all of the Swano songs, and just crazy. It's really, I don't know, I can't believe that someone so young is so talented. And I added him near the end because I remember him saying something about not wanting to be a backroom member, but it turned out that the only reason he didn't want to was because he didn't want to upload because his upload speed was too slow. So that was fine for me, and I let him join the team. I'll talk about Yo Duder next. He's the one that made all the he was the one that started off the Bowflex memes, and we just started using that because it was so funny. It was just like there'd be a pumped up song, and then suddenly it switched to an exercise commercial, and it was really funny. And he's also made some really good rips too. Outside of that, I think he's made a few Castlevania ones. I'm not sure though. I'm blanking on some individual rips, but he's really good, and totally check out him, like his rips. And then there's Trivial 171, who I had actually just added on Sunday, and he really helped us out near the end here because we had to get all those videos scheduled, and he was really on the ball for that, and helping us keep focus as well as get all of this stuff done that we needed to do to end this channel really well. So I appreciate what he's done. I think that's everyone besides Yoshi Happy, who I'm going to mention for making the Mario Maker level in the for the ARG, and that was a really cool level, and I'd like to thank him for making that. And also Nathaniel Welcher, who after we had found out that he was a fan, because the story behind the Nathaniel Welcher rip was that we got emailed it around like May, the mother one, the one that's like 24 minutes long or whatever, and we got emailed it around May, and we were like, what is this? it was crazy, and MPH and Turtle ended up writing out a full analysis of it and sent it into them. Sent it into the person who submitted it, and we never got a response back. So for the Undertale day that we were going to do with all the mother rips, we were like, okay, let's just upload it because it was funny. So we uploaded it, and then we found out Nathaniel Welcher himself actually watched our videos and was a fan. So we asked him if he wanted to be a backroom member, and so he joined, and he made a few of the Nathaniel Welcher videos after that. And I'd really like to thank him for coming on with us and just getting to experience the end of the channel. And it's actually his birthday today, so I'd like to wish him a happy birthday in this vlog. And I think that's everyone. There's a lot of people, so I'm just double checking the list just to make sure I mentioned everyone. Yeah, I think I mentioned everyone. Now for people outside the back room, I'd like to thank the original server that we had founded Siva in. It's managed, or we founded Giva in, Giva or whatever. Sorry, I pronounce it weird in real life. It's run by MF Piccolo, and I think he might have changed his name, but Cool Guy Omega. And I really would like to thank them for putting up with all the rips that we would do. Like we ended up having to make a separate discussion because all of the discussion was just focused on Giva during the heyday of it, and we had a submissions channel in there as well as one in our own guest server where we had guests. But then near the end, we decided to break free and just go in our own server. So I'd like to thank them for putting up with us. And I always liked the rips too. They did our MF Piccolo especially did a few rips, like the Peach Beach one that went up today that just got re-uploaded from the original channel. And he also did the Delfino Plaza one. He was the one that introduced Nigra, and I'd really like to thank him. I'd also like to thank all the quality of control members in the server, in the Civa server, because without them, we would probably without them, we wouldn't check the uploads, and sometimes a rip that could be approved upon would get through, and just without them, our channel wouldn't be as good as, it wouldn't be as high quality as it is outside of that. And as I said earlier, I'd like to thank all of the people that have submitted stuff to the channel. People always ask, do you ever check your emails? And we do check our emails. But after that Superman 64 video, which by the way, you can see the picture of the avatar that I use on Twitter in that video. So that was a little hint that I run the channel. After we released the Superman 64 videos, we just got constant amount of emails. I actually have like, I think 5 emails since I last checked it before I started filming. Like just right now, like we get an insane amount of emails. So the fact, like a lot of them are unread, and we apologize for that, but we just have a lot of stuff, and we weren't like running low on rips or anything, so it wasn't like we needed a ton. But at the same time, we just had so many that it just piled up, and we met a lot of rippers through the email, and at the same time we let some slip through the cracks because we had so many unread emails. So yeah, I'd like to thank everyone that stuck with us from the very beginning, or stuck with us from after the reboot, or stuck with us after the channel got deleted, or just if you're watching this video right now, thank you for tuning in to the channel, and I really appreciate everything. And I don't know if that's everything or not. I'll probably do a cut if I think of something, but yeah, thanks guys. And in case you want to follow me on Twitter or whatever, my Twitter handle is the 8bits, and on SoundCloud I go by Dreammaker222, and on let's see, on YouTube I'm just Chaze Chat, and I'm in the suggested channels or whatever. And also I'm a moderator on my friend's website called polywigger.net, and I really recommend checking that place out because it's a sort of smaller website, but it's set up really nicely, and it's designed really well, and I think you guys should check it out because I think you guys like it. Anyway, thank you guys for sticking with us. There's 2 more uploads. There's going to be 2 more uploads on this channel, and they're both going to come out tomorrow or today. And you can probably guess what they are, but I'll leave that up to you to figure out. Anyway, thanks guys.